Tick.
Welcome back to H&9. You guys know it is a Monday, so it means that it's time for an H&9 talk show. And today we are joined by life coach Gary and also Simbongile, our author, as well as some of our audience members. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you very much.
As you all know, this week it's all about #MyTalent here on H&9. So, Gary, in your expert opinion, because, you know, everyone has this distorted idea of what talent is based on, you know, celebrities, reality TV. We all think that you have to look a certain way and, you know, be creative in order to be talented. So, in your expert opinion, what is talent?
Talent is something that comes very easily to us, or we do it naturally.
Okay.
And it can be anything. It can be kicking a soccer ball, can be drawing a picture, solving problems, even sorting out maths. So it's just something that comes easy to us.
Okay, cool. So now I'm going to talk to these guys over here. As young people, you know, we're all trying to discover ourselves and figure out where we fit in this world. Do you guys think that you have an idea of what some of your talents are yet?
Well, I write, so I do have an idea of it, and I'm like, want to pursue more of it. But as time goes on, I will pursue it. Yeah.
How did you figure out that writing is your thing?
Well, when my teacher died in high school, back in high school, I wrote a whole piece and I went to perform it without editing. And then from that point on, I wrote all my feelings. And then now I thought, okay, let me just let in the people, you know, and then that's when it started, and now it's getting serious, you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So I'm sure you were definitely inspired by Simbongile.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you?
My talent is talking. Not many people understand what I mean when I say talking, but I mean...
Okay, so break it down for us.
I love talking on stage and having people look at me and getting their attention, basically, because I'm not book smart, but I'm really good at thinking on my feet, and that that's what it is for me, basically.
Okay, so you seem very sure that this is your talent. How did you get to this point?
I had to do a lot of assemblies and Valentine's Day shows, so by the time that I actually had to talk at church, it just came naturally, and I realized like talking is my talent.
Okay, cool. So are there any other talents that we have here? Any hidden talents?
Apparently my talent is that I can sing.
Okay, so you definitely have to give us a young line or so.
Okay. When the rain is blowing in your face,
Hey.
and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love.
Definitely your talent right there. What do you mean you think it's your talent? That was pretty amazing. Yeah. So Gary, can you talk to us about how do we identify these talents? How do we get to the point where, you know, what's that process of what are my talents? How do we get to that?
We need to reflect, have an internal look at ourselves, look at what we spend a lot of time on and what we spend enjoying doing besides watching TV or playing computer games. As well as it's always a very good idea to get external opinions like friends, teachers, parents who can have an objective look in and see what our talents are.
Okay, and then let's talk about strengths versus talents. What is the difference?
So talent is something that comes naturally to us, and a strength is when we actually take time out to develop that talent. We learn everything about it to a point that we are able to perform that talent on a consistent level at a very high level.
Okay, so Simbongile, based on what Gary's just said, do you have any strengths besides your writing, which we've identified as maybe a talent? Do you have anything else that you would say is your strength?
I would say public speaking. I love speaking in front of an audience. I preach a lot at my church. I motivate students, so I would definitely say public speaking. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you guys, do you guys have any strengths that you think that you're keen to work on as well, besides the talents that you've mentioned?
I'd say, sorry.
Whoa.
Ladies first.
Okay, ladies first.
I guess we both like speaking. Anyway, I'd say motivational speaking. I really enjoy that. I do it a lot, it seems, with my friends, my peers, and my classmates. Although it doesn't work all the time, but usually, yeah, I just go for it.
So it's something that you're willing to work on?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool. And you?
I think I'm quite a sporty person, but I just don't like training much because I'm quite lazy too. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Gary, can we talk about, you know, working on our weaknesses versus working on our strengths or our talents? Which one would you say is more effective in terms of, you know, achieving our goals or following a career path?
We need to work on both. We need an holistic approach to both, but I would recommend that we work more on our strengths as opposed to our weaknesses. We work on our weaknesses to try and dilute them, to make them a smaller aspect to moving forward in a direction of a career choice.
Yeah.
But our strengths we need to work on quite a bit more.
Okay, cool. So guys, can you talk to me a little bit about, you know, the different talents that you may want to explore? I think they've already spoken. I'm looking at these two. What are the different talents that you would like to explore, since now we've differentiated between strengths and talents?
I don't know. Talent I want to explore, not quite sure. But I know the one thing I've always wanted to do is play tennis, and I never got the opportunity to, because like in primary school you aren't really informed on like the sports you can do. People just say like you play netball, play soccer. It's always the basics, but you never go into the things that people don't usually do, like badminton, something.
Okay, guys, we're gonna continue this discussion a little bit later on, so be sure to, you know, get in on the discussion online, because we love hearing from all of you guys. But now that we've identified our different talents and also we've figured out how to, you know, put them to use, we'll come back after the break and figure out, you know, what passion is and how that can be applied in our different lives. But right now, it's time for us to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, more hectic.
Why go through can after can of normal aerosol when just one Mortein Nature Guard refill equals 58 aerosol cans? So switch to the Mortein Nature Guard automatic control system for continuous protection from pests at a great value. Mortein Nature Guard cares for your family. Now, also available in a eucalyptus fragrance.
Purity is made with only the freshest fruit and vegetables, cooked in the jar to keep all the nutrients locked in. No preservatives, no colorants, no artificial flavors. It's food as natural as your baby, because we all know it's what's inside that counts. It all begins with Purity.
This song's for all in the hood. Can you hear me? Is this thing working? When I look in your eyes, I can see a million possibilities. And I know you'll be coming soon. But tonight, yes, man, come a little bit closer. Let me hold you, baby. I will be good to you. And if we try to forget tomorrow, make it last forever. Tonight. Don't look at me.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. Oh, man. Welcome back to H&9, you guys. Now, Gary, we have something to talk about now.
We do.
Because we have these family members, we have friends, aka Lorians out there, that, you know, have these perceived talents, you know? But how do we break it to someone that, I don't think that this is what you should be pursuing?
Well, I think if Randall from Idols was here, he would definitely have a field day to start off with. But I think as long as Laurie's not hurting anyone, or she's having a lot of fun, then it's not really anybody's place to say, listen, you're not good at something. She will probably have a realization sooner or later, especially if she wants to take it to another level, like she wants to start performing live on TV or the likes. Then I would politely sit her down and say, listen, here's a video of what Rihanna and the likes are, or how good they are. Do you think that you're up to that standard?
Okay, but let's say in the instance that Lorianne's straight out of matric and this is all that she's putting all of her time into, how do we approach that situation?
I would be very polite but quite honest, but I would still let her come to realize it herself. Sort of just maybe hint that she's not actually doing it.
Okay,
sort
don't
of to
be
that level.
rude and blunt with it.
You've got to let somebody down very politely because it's what they put in their whole heart into.
Yeah.
So if you sort of cut them off at the knees, it could have a bit of a long-lasting effect.
Okay, so guys, have you ever been in a situation where you have a friend or a family member who is pursuing some talent or some skill, but they're not quite there yet? And you had to break it to them that, no, please stop.
In primary school, we had a friend who wanted to be a model. So we all just huddled up and we decided like, okay, second break, we can tell her because we won't see her. So we went and we told her and she didn't believe us, but like then we told her and she didn't believe us, but now you can see like this change and she realizes. So I feel like you should honestly just sit down and tell them the truth, but be polite about it.
Okay. So usually what happens is that, people are passionate about things that they're not necessarily talented in. So how do we make that differentiation between, this is my talent, this is something that I can actually pursue because, I have that natural ability, or this is just something that I'm interested in and I'm passionate about?
If you're passionate about it, you fall in love with it. It's that you feel the love, you want to explore it a lot further, you study it, you practice it. And that, as mentioned earlier, our talents are just something that comes to us a lot easier. So there's a very huge difference. If we align both of them together, if we're very passionate about something that is one of our strengths, we can go very far with it. We can potentially go very far with it.
Okay, so Simbongile, can you speak to us about some of the things that you're passionate about so that we can get a better understanding of, what passion is?
Well, I am passionate about shopping.
Yeah. Aren't we all?
Girl's best friend.
Yes.
I'm passionate about just helping people, I really have a heart for helping young women, encouraging them, inspiring them, equipping them. So definitely that is in my heart to do that.
Okay, so, and in your case, you're using your passion and your talent together to achieve a purpose. So let's actually talk about, this 10,000 hour phenomenon, you guys. So basically what happens is that, it's said that in order to master a certain skill, you need to put in 10,000 hours of work or practice into it. Do you think that this is true or effective?
It's definitely true. Malcolm Gladwell was the person that studied it. He studied a lot of very successful people, and the reasoning behind it is that once you do something for 10,000 hours, it becomes absolute second nature, and all your mind, your body relates to it completely, so much so that if any problems arise, again, you probably would have experienced it within the 10,000 hours. So it's just a natural course to deal with anything that comes your way.
Oh, wow, you guys. Thank you so much to all of our guests. I'm sure that everyone at home has learned so much about not only identifying their talents, but also putting them to good use. But right now, it's time for us to take a quick musical interlude. This one is by Echo Smith, and it is called Cool Kids. But after that, we have an amazing performance by Gangs of Ballet, you guys. So you do want to stay tuned for that. But check out the music video for now.